This is Shevii, the seventh reading of our weekly Torah portion of Shemot, and it is Maftir, the final reading. The Maftir is always the last few verses, so it's read together, generally in these videos. Shevii, the seventh reading, is in the book of Exodus, chapter 5, chapter 1 through chapter 6. Verse 1, it's 24 verses. And the Maftir will be the last three verses of that. So it's 5:22 through 6:1. So, God willing, we'll read that at the end. Okay. Verse 1, chapter 5, verse 1. V'achar ba'u Moshe v'Aharon, v'yomru el Paro, Ko amar Adonai Elohei Yisrael Shalach et ami Vayachogu li bamidbar. And afterwards Moses and Aaron came and said to Pharaoh, "So said the Lord God of Israel, send out my people and let them sacrifice to me in the desert." Vayomer Paro mi Adonai asher eshma bekolo lishalach et Yisrael lo yadati et Adonai v'gam et Yisrael lo ashaleach. And Pharaoh said, "Who is the Lord that I should heed his voice to let Israel out? I do not know the Lord, neither will I let Israel out." Vayomeru Elohei ha'ivrim nikra elenu nilchana derech shloshet yamim bamidbar v'nizbecha l'Adonai Eloheinu pen yivga'enu ba'dever o ba'chariv. And they said, "The God of the Hebrews has happened upon us. Now let us go on a 3-day journey in the desert and sacrifice to the Lord our God, lest he strike us with a plague or with the sword." Vayomer alehem melech Mitzrayim lama Moshe ve'Aharon tafriyu et ha'am mima'asav lechu lesivlotechem. But the king of Egypt said to them, "Why, Moses and Aaron, do you disturb the people from their work? Go to your own labors." Vayomer Paro ehen rabim ata am haaretz v'hishbatem otam misivlotam. And Pharaoh said, "Behold, now the people of the land are many, and you are stopping them from their labors." Vayitzav Paro b'yom hahu et hanokshim ba'am ve'et shotrav lemor. So on that day Pharaoh commanded the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, "Lo tosifun latet teven la'am lilbon halevenim kitmol shilshom hem yelchu v'kisheshu lahem teven." You shall not continue to give stubble to the people to make the bricks like yesterday and the day before. Let them go and gather stubble for themselves. Ve'et matkonet halevenim asher hem osim tmol shilshom tasimu alehem lo tigra'u mimenu ki nirpim hem al ken hem tzoakim lemor nelcha nizbecha le'Eloheinu. But the number of bricks they have been making yesterday and the day before yesterday, you shall impose upon them. You shall not reduce it, for they are lax. Therefore they are crying out. They cry out, saying, "Let us go sacrifice to our God." תכבד העבודה על האנשים ויעשו בה, ואל ישעו בדברי שקר. Let the labor fall heavy upon the men, and let them work at it, and let them not talk about false matters. ויצאו נוגשי העם בשוטריו ויאמרו אל העם לאמור כה אמר פרעה אינני נותן לכם תבן. So the taskmasters of the people and their officers came out and spoke to the people, saying, so said Pharaoh, I am not giving you stubble. אתם לכו קחו לכם תבן מאשר תמצאו כי אין נגרע מעבודתכם דבר. מעבודתכם דבר. You go take for yourself stubble from wherever you find it, because nothing will be reduced from your work. Vayafetz העם b'chol eretz Mitzrayim l'koshesh kash l'teven. So the people scattered throughout the entire land of Egypt to gather gleaning for stubble. V'hanogshim atzim lemor kalu ma'asechem dvar yom biyomo kasher bihiyot hateven. And the taskmasters were pressing them, saying, finish your work, the requirement of each day, in its day, just as when there was stubble. Vayuku shotrei bnei Yisrael asher samu alehem nokshe paro lemor madua lo chilitem chakechem lilbon kitmol shelshom gam tmol gam hayom. And the officers of the children of Israel, whom Pharaoh's taskmasters had appointed over them, were beaten, saying, why have you not completed your quota to make bricks, like the day before yesterday, neither yesterday nor today? So the officers of the children of Israel came and cried out to Pharaoh, saying, why do you do this to your servants? Teven en nitan lavadecha, ulevenim omrim lanu asu v'hine avadecha mukim v'chatat amecha. Stubble is not given to your servants, but they tell us make bricks. And behold, your servants are beaten, and your people are sinning. Vayomer nirpim atem, nirpim, al ken atem omrim nilcha nizbecha l'Adonai. But he said, you are lazy, just lazy. Therefore you say, let us go and let us sacrifice to the Lord. ועתה לכו עבדו ותבן לא יינתן לכם ותוכן לבנים תיתנו. And now go and work, but you will not be given stubble. Nevertheless, the same number of bricks you must give. ויראו שוטי בני ישראל אותם ברע לאמור לא תגרו לבניכם דבר יום ביומו. The officers of the children of Israel saw them in distress, saying, do not reduce the number of bricks. The requirement of each day is in its day. ויקבעו את משה ואת אהרון ניצבים לקראתם בצאתם מאת פרעה. They met Moses and Aaron standing before them when they came out from Pharaoh's presence. ויאמרו עליהם ירא אדוני עליכם בישפוט אשר הבאשתם את ריחנו בעיני פרעה ובעיני עבדיו לתת חרב בידם להרגנו. And they said to them, may the Lord look upon you and judge, for you have brought us into foul odor in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of his servants, to place a sword into their hands to kill us. Vayashav Moshe el Adonai, Vayomar Adonai lama hariota la'am hazeh, lama zeh shelach tani. So Moses returned to the Lord and said, O Lord, why have you harmed this people? Why have you sent me? Umeaz bati el paro ledaber bishmecha hara la'am hazeh ve'atzel lo itzalta et amecha. Since I have come to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has harmed this people, and you have not saved your people. And now chapter 6. Vayomer Adonai Moshe, Ata tireh, asher e'eseh leFaro, ki biyad chazaka yishalchem ubiyad chazaka yigarshem mi'artzo. And the Lord said to Moses, now you will see what I will do to Pharaoh. For with a mighty hand he will send them out, and with a mighty hand he will drive them out of his land. And now for the final reading, which is Exodus chapter 5, verse 22 through 6:1. Here is V'yashav Moshe el Adonai v'yomar, Adonai lama hareyota la'am hazeh, lama zeh shelach tani. So Moses returned to the Lord and said, O Lord, why have you harmed this people? Why have you sent me? Umeaz bati el paro ledaber bishmecha hara la'am hazeh ve'atzel lo hitzalta et amecha. Since I have come to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has harmed this people, and you have not saved your people. And chapter 6. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, Ata tireh asher e'eseh leParo, ki biyad chazaka yishalchem, ubiyad chazaka yigarshem mi'artzo. And the Lord said to Moses, now you will see what I will do to Pharaoh, for with a mighty hand he will send them out, and with a mighty hand he will drive them out of his land.